A few figs from thistles. Poems and Sonnets by Edna St. Vincent Millay. Read for LibriVox.org by Melody Courtney. First Fig. My candle burns at both ends. It will not last the night. But oh my foes and oh my friends, it gives a lovely light. Second Fig. Safe upon the solid rock the ugly houses stand. Come and see my shining palace built upon the sand. Recrudio. We were very tired, we were very merry, we had gone back and forth all night on the ferry. It was bare and bright and smelled like a stable, but we looked into a fire, we leaned across a table. We lay on a hilltop underneath the moon, and the whistles kept blowing and the dawn came soon. We were very tired, we were very merry, we had gone back and forth all night on the ferry. And you ate an apple, and I ate a pear, from a dozen of each we had bought somewhere. And the sky went wane and the wind came cold, and the sun rose dripping a bucket full of gold. We were very tired, we were very merry, we had gone back and forth all night on the ferry. We hailed, "Good morrow, mother," to a shawl-covered head, and bought a morning paper, which neither of us read. And she wept, "God bless you," for the apples and the pears, and we gave her all our money but our subway fares. Thursday. And if I loved you Wednesday, well, what is that to you? I do not love you Thursday, so much is true. And why you come complaining is more than I can see. I loved you Wednesday, yes, but what is that to me? To the Not Impossible Hymn. How shall I know, unless I go to Cairo or Cathay, whether or not this blessed spot is blessed in every way? Now it may be the flower for me. Is this beneath my nose? How shall I tell, unless I smell the Carthaginian rose? The fabric of my faithful love no power shall dim or ravel, whilst I stay here. But, oh my dear, if I should ever travel. MacDougall Street. As I went walking up and down to take the evening air, sweet to meet upon the street, why must I be so shy? I saw him lay his hand upon her torn black hair. Little dirty Latin child, let the lady by. The women squatting on the steps were slovenly and fat. Lay me out in organdie, lay me out in lawn. And everywhere I stepped there was a baby or a cat. Lord God in heaven, will it ever be dawn? The fruit carts, the clam carts were ribald as a fair. Pink nets and wet shells trodden under heel. She had haggled from the fruitman of his rotting ware. I shall never get to sleep the way I feel. He walked like a king through the filth and the clutter. Sweet to meet upon the street, why did you glance me by? But he caught the faint Italian quip she flung him from the gutter. What can there be to cry about, that I should lie and cry? He laid his darling hand upon her little black head. I wish I were a ragged child with earrings in my ears. And he said she was a baggage to have said what she had said. Truly I shall be ill unless I stop these tears. The Singing Woman from the Wood's Edge. What should I be but a prophet and a liar, whose mother was a leprechaun, whose father was a friar, teethed on a crucifix and cradled under water? What should I be but a fiend's goddaughter. And who should be my playmates but the adder and the frog, that was got beneath the furze bush and born in a bog? And what should be my singing, that was christened at an altar, but aves and credos and psalms out of Psalter? You will see such webs on the wet grass maybe, as a pixy mother weaves for her baby. You will find such flame at the wave's weedy ebb, as flashes in the meshes of the mere mother's web. But there comes to birth no common spawn for the love of a priest and a leprechaun, and you never have seen, you never will see, such things as the things that swaddle me. After all's said and after all's done, what should I be but a harlot and a nun? In through the bushes on foggy days my da would come a swashing of drops away, with a prayer for my death and a groan for my birth, a mumbling of his beads for all he was worth. And there sit my ma, her knees beneath her chin, a looking in his face and a drinking of it in, and a marking in the moss some funny little saying that would mean just the opposite of all he was praying. He taught me the holy talk of vesper and of matin. He heard me my Greek and he heard me my Latin. He blessed me and crossed me to keep my soul from evil, and we watched him out of sight and we conjured up the devil. Oh, the things I haven't seen and the things I haven't known, what with hedges and ditches till after I was grown, and yanked both ways by mother and by father, with a which would you better and a which would you rather, with him for a sire and her for a dam. What should I be but just what I am? She is overheard singing. Oh, Prue, she has a patient man, and Joan a gentle lover, and Agatha's Arth is a hug the earth, but my true love's a rover. Mig, her man's as good as cheese, and honest as a briar. She tells her love what he's thinking of, but my dear lad's a liar. Oh, Sue and Prue and Agatha are thick with Mig and Joan. They bite their threads and shake their heads and gnaw my name like a bone. And Prue says mine's a patient man as never snaps me up, and Agatha's Arth, a hug the earth, could live content in a cup. Sue's man's mind is like good gel, all one color and clear, and Mig's no call to think at all what's to come next year. While Joan makes boast of a gentle lad that's troubled with that and this, but they all would give the life they live for a look from the man I kiss. Cold he slants his eyes about, and few enough's his choice, though he slipped me clean for a nun or a queen or a beggar with knots in her voice. And Agatha will turn awake when her good man sleeps sound, and Mig and Sue and Joan and Prue will hear the clock strike round. For Prue has a patient man, as asks not when or why, and Mig and Sue have naught to do but peep who passes by. Joan is paired with a putterer that bastes and tastes and salts, and Agatha's Arth is a hug the earth, but my true love is false. The Prisoner. All right, go ahead. What's in a name? I guess I'll be locked into as much as I'm locked out of. The Unexplorer. There was a road ran past our house, too lovely to explore. I asked my mother once, she said, that if you follow where it led, it brought you to the milkman's door. That's why I have not traveled more. Grown up. Was it for this I uttered prayers, and sobbed and cursed and kicked the stairs, that now, domestic as a plate, I should retire at 8:30? The Penitent. I had a little sorrow, born of a little sin. I found a room, all damp with gloom, and shut us all within. And little sorrow weep, I said, and little sin pray God to die, and I upon the floor will lie, and think how bad I've been. Alas for pious planning, it mattered not a whit. As far as gloom went in that room, the lamp might have been lit. My little sorrow would not weep, my little sin wouldn't go to sleep. To save my soul I could not keep my graceless mind on it. So up I got in anger, and took a book I had, and put a ribbon in my hair, to please a passing lad. And one thing there's no getting by, I've been a wicked girl, said I. But if I can't be sorry, why, I might as well be glad. Daphne. Why do you follow me? Any moment I can be nothing but a laurel tree. Any moment of the chase I can leave you in my place, a pink bough for your embrace. Yet if over hill and hollow still it is your will to follow, I am off to heal Apollo. Portrait by a Neighbor. Before she has her floor swept or her dishes done, any day you'll find her a-sunning in the sun. It's long after midnight, her key's in the lock, and you'll never see her chimney smoke till past 10 o'clock. She digs in her garden with a shovel and a spoon, she weeds her lazy lettuce by the light of the moon. She walks up the walk like a woman in a dream, she forgets to borrow butter and pays you back cream. Her lawn looks like a meadow, and if she mows the place, she leaves the clover standing and the Queen Anne's lace. Midnight Oil. Cut, if you will, with sleep's dull knife, each day to half its length, my friend, the years that time takes off my life, he'll take from the other end. The Merry Maid. Oh, I am grown so free from care, since my heart broke, I set my throat against the air, and laugh at simple folk. There's little kind and little fair is worth its weight in smoke, to me that's grown so free from care, since my heart's broke. Alas, if to sleep you would repair, as peaceful as you woke, best not besiege your lover there, for just the words he spoke, to me that's grown so free from care, since my heart's broke. To Kathleen. Still must the poet as of old, in barren attic bleak and cold, starve, freeze, and fashion verses to such things as flowers, song, and you. Still as the old his being give, in beauty's name, while she may live, beauty that may not die as long as there are flowers, you, and song. To S.M. if he should lie a-dying. I am not willing you should go into the earth where Helen went, she is awake by now, I know. Where Cleopatra's anklets rust, you will not lie with my consent, and Sappho is a roving dust. Cressid could love again, ditto. Rotted in state is restless still, you leave me much against my will. The Philosopher. And what are you that, wanting you, I should be kept awake as many nights as there are days with weeping for your sake? And what are you that, missing you as many days as crawl, I should be listening to the wind and looking at the wall? I know a man's that's a braver man, and 20 men as kind, And what are you that you should be the one man on my mind? Yet woman's ways are witless ways, as any sage will tell, and what am I that I should love so wisely and so well? 4 Sonnets. Number 1. Love, though for this you riddle me with darts. Love, though for this you riddle me with darts, and drag me at your chariot till I die, O heavy prince, O panderer of hearts! Yet hear me tell how in thy throats they lie, who shout you mighty thick about my hair. Day in, day out, your ominous arrows purr, who still am free unto thy querulous care, a fool and in no temple worshipper. I that have bared me to your quiver's fire, lifted my face into its puny rain, do wrath you impotent to invoke desire, as you are powerless to explicit pain. Now will the God for blasphemy so brave punish me surely with the shaft I crave? Number 2. I think I should have loved you presently. I think I should have loved you presently, and given in earnest words I flung in jest, and lifted honest eyes for you to see, and caught your hand against my cheek and breast, and all my pretty follies flung aside, that won you to me, and beneath your gaze, naked of reticence and shorn of pride, spread like a cart my little wicked ways. I that had been you, had you remained, but no more waking from a recurrent dream, cherish no less the certain stakes I gain, and walk your memory's halls austere supreme, a ghost in marble of a girl you knew, who would have loved you in a day or two. Oh, think not I am faithful to a vow. Oh, think not I am faithful to a vow, faithless am I save to love's self alone. Were you not lonely I would leave you now, after the feet of beauty fly my own. Were you not still my hunger's rarest food, and water ever to my wildest thirst, I would desert you, think not but I would, and seek another as I sought you first. But you are mobile as a veering air, and all your charms more changeful than the tide, wherefore to be inconsistent is no care. I have but no continue at your side, so wanton, light, and false, my love, are you. I am most faithless when I most am true. Number 4. I shall forget you presently, my dear. I shall forget you presently, my dear, so make the most of this your little day, your little month, your little half a year, ere I forgot, or die, or move away, and we are done forever by and by. I shall forget you, as I said, but now, if you entreat me with your loveless lie, I will protest you with my favorite vow. I would intend that love were longer lived, and oaths were not so brittle as they are. But so it is, and nature has contrived to struggle on without a break thus far. Whether or not we find what we are seeking is idle, biologically speaking. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.